Well, time now for another one of our Apprenticeship Week chats here at Telford College, and we're turning the spotlight on the NHS today. Now, when you think of a career in the NHS, engineering is probably not the first thing that springs to mind, but we are here to try to put that right. I'll ask our three guests to introduce themselves.
My name's Dave Lewis. I'm a senior manager for the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital.
Ryan, I'm the mechanical apprentice, first year.
I'm Liam Fletcher and I'm the electrical apprentice in the States.
Excellent. Welcome. Now let me start with you, Dave, because you are an example of someone that's a proof of the success of the apprenticeship system, isn't it? Because you started as an apprentice and have worked your way through.
Yeah, of course. I was supported through an apprenticeship on these premises. It's opened up a massive variety of career opportunities for me, but importantly, giving choice to my career, that's been a real achievement to get a recognisation and furthermore choice in what I wanted to do, and that was to progress within the NHS.
So I imagine it goes without saying, because of that background, that you're going to be a big advocate of the success and the importance of apprenticeships going forward.
Of course, succession planning is how niche businesses like ours succeed. We can recruit externally with some challenges, but the best way is to grow our own, so to speak, and really push forward the importance of apprenticeship programmes.
Give us an idea of the kind of apprenticeships that you've got on offer then in your area.
So they're multifaceted. In our area, it's particularly mechanical and electrical backgrounds we go for. System engineering, of course, being the fundament, and then picking up the extra disciplines along the way. So we wanted to give further MBQ points. We'd go into different specialties. So electrical and mechanical would be our main. We do also run a carpentry shop, one of our skills, so very much your building maintenance, roofing, flooring, it's very broad. But there are other sectors of the NHS, such as medical devices, which fall under medical engineering, and there's a whole other avenue under that stream of work time.
I always think, one of the benefits of working for an organisation like the NHS is there are so many different career directions you can go, and people don't realise the number of different kind of jobs you've got in the NHS, do they?
You're exactly right, and that's why I'd commented on the options, and that is, it's a benefit to have options and decide what you find value in and where you can excel, and having those options, of course, it makes your future much more manageable, I would say, when you know you've got options and you can really build in a certain area that you find an interest in. It isn't a tunnel vision sort of business, it's very much option orientated.
And talking of options then, just coming to the two of you, I guess you have options and choices as to whether you want to go down the apprenticeship route or take another area. From your point of view, why did you choose an apprenticeship? What was it about it that made you think?
I chose the apprenticeship because in the future, after leaving school, I didn't want to just be in, just say the university. I didn't want to just be sat at a desk taking lectures all the day, really. I wanted to be on the job whilst having that education as well. So for me, it's the Monday and Tuesday that we spend at college, and then what we learn at college we take into the job on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So
how are you finding the mix? The fact that you're part-time on the job and part-time studying, is that natural, is it?
Yeah, it's quite natural actually, because everyone around me is supporting. The college support a lot, our teachers in the engineering department, and then when you come to work, all the people that they have employed, they want the best out of you, really. So if you're struggling, they'll take the time with you, and then they'll go through points where you are struggling, because it's not, you don't, like you said, you don't really think of engineering as in the NHS, as in an apprenticeship. They'll go through all of what they've learnt with you, and they'll pass that information on to you.
Because the two of you are on slightly different pathways, aren't you? So from your point of view, what's a typical week for you? What sort of things would you do?
There's a broad amount, going from fixing pipe work to working on, not boilers, pipe work, and then you've got your also less niche jobs, as in installing sinks, installing toilets and anything like that, really.
So it keeps you on your toes then.
Oh yeah, you're always constantly busy. The days fly by, and it's enjoyable as well, because I haven't come from an engineering background, and it's a new opportunity. There's so much to learn, so the days they fly by. Yeah.
So why did you decide engineering was what you wanted?
It's a job for life. There's always going to be work, especially in the NHS. So when I seen the job come up, I was like, because I was interested in it, but through obviously the period that we're at in COVID and whatnot, doors had closed, and then when this one opened, couldn't say no really.
Excellent. So tell me about your journey then towards apprenticeships. What was it that made you think this is the way you wanted to go?
Yeah, so I did an electrical level 2 qualification, and I saw the electrical vacancy open with the NHS. I thought it's a good company if you can get your foot in the door with, but there's so much progression to management or different roles, and I think apprenticeship's the best way to start. So it gives you that, and you're getting paid to be qualified, and yeah.
And how does so the different pathways that two of you are on, how does your job differ then?
So it's the maintenance of sort of electrical systems, so testing of fire alarms or of generator systems and that sort of thing, or installing a socket. It could be anything. It's really, really broad, and it means that you're not doing the same thing every day. So it's a nice job to have.
Have you been surprised at the breadth of
Yeah.
different kind of jobs that you get
Yeah,
involved in?
it's massive. You could do anything. You don't come in and know what you're going to do necessarily. It's really broad.
So do you feel the same, that the days and the weeks are flying by at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how are you getting on with the college side of it, the studies and the way it melded with the job?
Yeah, I think they fit well together, and yeah, I just enjoy it. It's good.
Has the programme panned out the way you maybe expected to when you first signed up? Are there any differences or things that you think are better? Or
Yeah, I think they work well together. It's appropriate. They sort of work with what you do at work, with what you do at college. So yeah.
how many? Which we've got two specific different routes here. How many different opportunities and routes are there actually at the NHS in this area at the moment?
It's very broad. I know it's a word we keep saying between the three of us, but to give a bit more detail, so Ryan being of the mechanical area, Ryan will have the opportunity to go into medical gases, which is extremely niche. It's such a skill set, a very valuable skill set to the trust, any trust. So Ryan will have the opportunities to go through medical gases, through water hygiene, which will cover things like Legionnaires, Pseudomonas, again, very, very niche subjects where they will have a huge level of knowledge in. It's something each of our staff actually, including the electrical team, do have a good understanding of things like water hygiene. What other things has Ryan got? So air handling is one of the aspects, HVAC. So heating, ventilation and air conditioning is another avenue, and these on their own are skill sets. These are what other trades can to take their own profession and excel in just that trade alone, whereas Ryan and Liam have the opportunity to add that to their engineering skill sets and make them truly multi-skilled. So the opportunities for them both. With Liam, Liam can go into HV and LV disciplines, high voltage and low voltage disciplines, which is site capacity, N+1 power failures, so generators, live switching. Of course, there has to be a level of accreditation competency, but that all comes in time when the interest is shown and as we're put in. But that is their opportunity. They have a very good mix of different skill sets, and I'm sure I've forgotten a few there as well. So
well, I'm not surprised given the different areas that you go. So I mean, Ryan, from your point of view, do you look at it and think, you know, there's so many. My career in the next 2, 3, 5 years could go in how many different directions from here now?
Oh, of course. You will get given a job, and it's something. I've been in the NHS for a few months, and almost every day we'll go to a job, and one of the lads that I'm working with, I wouldn't have seen this job before, but he would have worked on it many times, and straight away they'll explain the job to me, and I would have never, it's something, and it won't just come, the information won't just stick with me after seeing it once, but once you've worked on it over and over and over again, it will start to like I will start to have those skills, yeah. But that obviously comes with, like Dave said, the NHS will support you, and they can put you on courses as well. So like when Dave was talking about you've got like, the HVAC systems, I've had brief conversations with my colleagues already about me going on HVAC systems, because then that will give you that level of competency that you will be more confident to work on, and you can work on these. So I think, yeah.
And I imagine, I mean, one of the other things as well, because you're on the job and you're learning at the same time as you're training, you're getting to know the kind of areas that you're most interested in progressing to in your career, and where your skills are best suited as well.
Yeah, I think that's the main part of an apprenticeship, is the fact that you are in the workplace which you have chosen, and you're completing tasks around the sort of sector that you want to be in. So I mean, yeah, and there's so much progression. I mean, you could do anything from where we are now after 4 years.
Which is a fabulous position to be in, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm 18 and complete this 4 years, and it's good, isn't it? It's a good thing to have.
Exactly. Well, it goes without saying, obviously, if anybody wants to find out any more information about apprenticeships in this area, all the information you'll find on the Telford College website, of course. But from the NHS's point of view, give us some ideas about where you want to signpost people if they want to know more about all of it.
That is slightly putting me on the spot. So
Well, they can just do it through the college, can't they?
yeah,
Of course,
well,
'cause
through our training and development side, so Judith Tudor's team, education, if they wanted area-specific information, there are stakeholders in which you could get hold of, but going through the intranet, perhaps HR, recruitment will direct people in the ways they want to be directed.
Excellent. Well, good luck with your career. To the apprentice, and the former apprentice. Thank you for your time.
No,
Thanks
thank
very
you
much.
very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.